All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? we are we are gonna go over race number 3. All right, is this race number 3? I think it's race number 3. 4. Anyways, as always, we're gonna go through the grid. This was a kind of a different setup. We were doing a rolling start, so the grid is a little spread out. It's a lot more spread out. One of the guys requested it for turn 1 on Monza, so this race was quite the deal breaker here. We had a mix-up with the grid start, because apparently with the update, or because I don't remember it happening before then, with the update you have to complete sector 1 whenever you come back onto track for it to place you where you were. I don't ever remember that. I remember as soon as you come out of the pits, it just places you. But that pissed quite a few people off, including myself. So we're just gonna go through. This is gonna be more of a quickie video. It's because it pissed a lot of people off. Still a good race, but there was a lot of animosity in this video. Or in this race, I should say, not the video. Still the same guys. I don't think anybody new joined. Well, there was one guy new. I'm sorry. Which was this guy right here. His screen name I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll get to that whenever the video starts. Awesome livery. Dragon Ball Super livery. I'm a fan myself. Talking about bringing it back out in July with the next season, so I'm looking forward to that as well. The C7. Now myself and Carlo right here should have been, Carlo I think was P1 or P2, should have been, and I was in P3, but somehow we ended up in the very, very back, which pissed us off like crazy. But and it's my fault. I guess I'll take the blame for it because I didn't restart the race. But you know, it's one of those things, like, should you restart the race or should you just let it ride? You know what I mean? So without further ado, we're gonna keep our eyes here on P1 whenever the race decides to start. And we're off, waiting for that green light. the first chicane. There I am. I'm trying to make it through. Carlo was, you know, busting through, and I was just trying to follow him. I was just trying to follow him through the pack, but I kind of got stuck right there. There was a break. And that was, I guess that was my fault, but he braked in the middle of a straight. And there was no way of telling. It was way too late. So I'll display all. So you see now I got some front end damage right there, some aero damage. Let's look at Carlo. Carlo doesn't have any right now. The Ginger Messiah, which is the Ginger Messiah, is the new guy. He's got some aero damage in the rear, so he's gonna be loose. I'm loose. See Carlo working his way through the crowd pretty well, pretty decent. On to lap 2 through the first chicane. Here goes Rick. We got a little three-way battle right here that we'll keep an eye on. Travis trying to stay in that slipstream. Yeah, this race, I'm staying a little quiet during this video. It's more so the reason that it pissed a lot of people off, including myself. This particular race number 4, was not my favorite. We'll put it that way. Was not my favorite. Awesome track, just very, very disappointing that the fact I started dead last. And you know, that one incident with me where, you know, the one guy braked and I had automatically had damage. Yeah, it is my call with the damage, but one of those things, just one of those things. It wasn't my day. We have Carlo here ready to overtake Travis. He's just looking for his opportunity, and it looks like he's right there. Getting up on the inside right there, and there goes Carlo into P3 he was P9, from P9 to P3 within 3 laps. He's doing extremely well. did a 144 through the traffic. So that's extremely good. Extremely good. We got Osbeige here, who's relatively new. I think this is his third race with us. I was trying to be as clean as possible with these guys, but it was proving very difficult to pass them cleanly, because I could pass one, but the other, they were so close together that it wasn't gonna be a clean pass. So I had to wait. I had to wait for the right opportunity, which sucked. A lot of the other guys were wondering why I wasn't way at the back. Well, this is why right here. You see they're double wide, and I had no room. Right here, I went for the inside, and he kind of turned into me right there. So now it's his turn. Now it's his turn to be patient. Supposed to. Look, boom, 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 boom. See, it was not my day, man. It was not my day. So now I have front and rear aero damage and suspension damage now. So it was just a bad race for me. I'm not even just so you guys see what I was going through. These guys were so fast. They were running such good times. I tried my best, but I wasn't gonna catch these guys. I would have had to run what was the fastest we were running is 143s in practice. I would have had to run 143s consistently in order to catch where I normally place, and that just wasn't gonna happen. Not in traffic. Not with these guys. Oh, we got Carlo in P2 now. You see, I feel he's in P2. If he would have just, kept his cool. He worked all the way to P2. If he would have just kept his cool and kept racing as is, he would have been fine. But a lot of these guys, man, like, first place is not everything. You know what I mean? If you can get first place, cool. But first place is not everything. Just because you're not in first place does not mean that you have to quit. Like, that's what bothers me, is the fact that, if you're not in first place, then you quit. You know what I mean? Like, that's not cool at all. You're a quitter at that point. I was extremely upset with the results of, the game glitch. But that's exactly what it is. It's a glitch. I didn't know who was in what place, and, for me to restart it, that would have been another, 15-20 minutes added on. A lot of these guys don't have that kind of time, so it's unfortunate that the game did that. But the fact that we got people that quit because they're not in first place is just, to me, that's bullshit. To me, that's complete bullshit. Because I went back and I looked at this replay, later in the night, and I saw this, and it kind of bothered me, man. To be honest with you, it really kind of bothered me, because all you had to do was play smart, play your position, play P2, conserve some fuel or something, do one more lap, whatever. Or even if you finished P2, you finished the race in P2, worst case scenario, you're still on podium. So yeah, we'll go hood view. See what he sees. You see, he's moving. That 911 is fast. All he had to do was maintain his trajectory. He would have caught Ospace. No doubt in my mind, he's fast enough. He has the skill. See, me, I'm running there with all kinds of damage, trying to keep my head cool. You see, he's one turn. He's in sight. Osbeige is in sight. So running pretty good lap times. You see, he's running way faster. Well, not way faster. There goes Ospace. See, right here is where he could have overtook Osbeige. He has the skill to do it. I don't know, he could have put his mixture to 2 or 3 and overtook Osbeige. Short fuel. I mean, he's not that far. He's not that far from him anyways. He probably could have even still did it within this stint. I got blamed because I didn't restart the race. Right here. Boom. And now he has damage. I mean, he's a really good racer, really good driver. It's just frustrating that it happened. Very frustrating that it happened. Can't please everybody. Cannot please everybody. And that's the thing that we don't understand is, you know, you really can't. So from now on, it's just I'm gonna do a mandatory set of the grid. Like, not a mandatory set, but I'm gonna personally set people in a position rather than rely on the game to do its thing, because we don't want stuff like this to happen, where guys get upset and they rage quit. If anybody should have rage quitted, I feel like it should have been me, because I got stuck behind, you know, two slower guys that wouldn't allow me to pass cleanly. I kept getting blocked. So, and it's not, I don't think that they were blocking on purpose per se. It's just their battle was not allowing me to pass cleanly. So somebody was gonna get hit, something was gonna happen. And there he is, he spun out again. You see, he's super upset, and there it is. You know, it's just, it's kind of silly, man. It's really kind of silly, because, you know, even your best drivers, you know, when you watch these races in real life, some of these drivers get taken out in the first turn, on the first race, you know, on the first lap. You know, from green light to the first turn, these dudes are getting taken out. You know, they continue to race. You know, there's some times where you know, your best driver comes in, you know, midfield. It just is what it is. It's one of them things, man. It's sometimes you can't help it. Doesn't mean you gotta rage quit. How many times did you finish, you know, podium last season and this season? So this happens one time, and come on. Dope. That thing sounds so mean. You know, it's one of them, I don't know, back on that point, I don't mean to keep beating a dead horse, but, you know, he was one of the ones that was kind of frustrated that we only had 9 players on the field. You know, if what you're conundrum is that you had to work through the field. It's like, why do you want more people on the track to work through if that's just, you're gonna get angry at it? It's very, very unfortunate that we got set in the back, but like I said, how many times did you finish podium? How many times did you win? I just don't think it was fair. I don't think it was fair for you to give up on the series due to that. But everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Everybody does their own thing. So my issue was I was pushing so hard. I was making more mistakes. Every time I thought I was getting close, to P4. Let's see, where's P4? P4 is up there. Yeah, every time I got within a 7-second gap, I would make a mistake because I started to want to push that much more hard, you know, and I would make a mistake. I would hit a curb, or, you know, I would touch the grass, something stupid, and I would spin. That's my own error, but I'm able to do that. I'm able to say, man, I made a mistake. You know, it wasn't these other guys that were racing their ass off, because we're all doing the same thing. Everybody's trying to get a podium, you know. That's the objective. But let's keep an eye on these guys up here. I think they deserve some screen time. Especially this guy right here. New to the series, and he's out front the whole race. A little bit of a lock up there. Just about. I know RJ and Booker had a pretty good battle. I was watching it from behind. They were battling each other pretty clean. I think that's what allowed me to catch up, and then I freaking spun like a idiot. But I think if I didn't spin, I would have caught RJ. But that's racing. Emotions run high. We do though. We do need more people. It would make for a better racing experience to have more than 10 people at start. I would like to have a full lobby every single race, but you know, being that most of the people in this league are in the UK, it's kind of tough with our time in America to, you know, coincide with you guys over there. You guys have to have a specific schedule. So we're gonna keep it going. You know, this race was unfortunate, but you know, it's one of those things you learn from the experience. You know what I mean? Like, all right, so the game's glitching. What can we do to fix it? Instead of just ditch the whole thing, what can we do to fix it? You know, we've already figured it out. This is what we're gonna do. You know, we'll do our qualifying. I'll look at who's where, and then I'm gonna set it specifically so that, you know, there's no screw ups. See, I had caught up to Booker, and I think I could have ran another lap. If I would have put my mixture to like 4 or 5, I could have ran another lap on Booker, but I think he would have caught me because he would have came out on a mixture number 1, and he would have caught me. So I just went in at the same time as him, but he left way sooner than I thought he was going to. See, he didn't even change his tires. That's why. He just went in for fuel, which is smart. You know what I mean? It was a misevaluation on my part, but in all honesty, I should have been able to catch him. And there goes Rick into the pits. The fresh rubber. And getting some fuel. Coming out of the pits now. They all got, see, their fuel, they just got new, you know, more fuel. Booker is on second stint with these tires, which And we got the same amount of fuel pretty much. At the exact same. Yep. And I got better rubber than he does, so I should have been able to catch him. But he was pretty quick. He knows how to handle that machine. I was trying to get every single mile per hour I could out of this car. And it was working for a minute. I just got overzealous. And we got 17 minutes left on the race. 17 minutes. I finally have Rick in my sights. Finally got Rick in my sights. All the rubber flying off onto the track. It's a pretty cool effect. See Rick's rotors heating up pretty decent. It's almost like we got a lineup 2, 3, and 4. P2, 3, and 4. See, he's gonna have to hit the pits again here pretty soon because his times are gonna start taking a hit. See, I spun right there. I couldn't remember which lap it was, but I spun right there. See, I would have caught Rick. I definitely would have caught him, but I was pushing too hard. And then it took everything I had to even try to get close again. Let's see where see, I'm there, P6. into the pits. There goes Fat. At least I didn't catch any damage from that spin. I guess that's a positive note. Let's see if I even had a chance to catch Rick. See, he had more fuel than I did anyways. More fuel and better rubber. Let's see how these guys were battling. Because I know it looked close. From seeing them on the map, it looked like they were battling, but I guess not. There he goes into the pits. Getting ready to pass somebody here. Mr. Shandle. Just thinking about trying to use him as a slingshot. Rick is in relation. Rick is in the chicane. Let's keep an eye on Rick here for a minute. Let's see if Rick... Curious if he makes any mistakes. I know we're getting down to the wire here where I want to say he pits and so do I, which I should have stayed out. Yeah, see, he pits here because we both know there's only 8 minutes left. Is roughly 6 or 7 laps, and I pit right behind him. He only went in for fuel, and I changed both. I changed my rubber and got fuel enough for, it was like, I want to say 8 laps is what I got. See, now the race is on for me. That V10 talking back. Is this the battle? And they were close enough to give some fright. See, Booker has new rubber, so he's definitely gaining ground. Fast too. You see him coming up in that rear view. Nice play, nice play. Textbook. Nice overtake. Nice overtake. See, Rick's front left is pretty much 50%, if not less. He's going to be having an extremely hard time. Rick, you should have just pitted and got new tires and been out, man. Ooh, a little squirrely coming out of that corner. Coming up to chicane number 2. Jesus. Came in enough for another lap or two. A little splash and dash. See, there I go in the background. I'm steady catching you, Rick. Steady catching you. And you're definitely gonna have to pit soon. But this is the final lap. If it was one more lap, I would have had you. Alright, and there we go. We got Osbeige, the winner, taking P1. We got Travis in P2. We got Booker in P3. Rick landed P4. I was in P5. The new participant, Ginger Messiah, P6. Steven Lawson in P7. Fat times 3 in P8, and Shandle in P9. Oh, I thought he ran out of gas for a second. He's doing consistent 50 mile an hour. I guess he knows it's the end of the race, so. So there we have it. That was the race, ladies and gentlemen. That was the race. If you enjoyed it, go ahead, give a like, comment, thumbs up, something. But I'm thinking about doing a lobby right now for those of you who are watching right now. Thinking about opening up a lobby, doing a practice run for the next race, which is Nürburgring GP circuit. Just messing around on there, tuning, fine tuning, getting a little strategy going. But until next week, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're consistently doing videos every week. I almost didn't do this video just because it wasn't, it wasn't exciting for most of us, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep it rolling. That's racing. Not every race is gonna be extremely exciting, but fuck it, right? Whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I holla.